4 years ago, I was an unsatisfied laborer with no skills. I quit my construction job, opting for a path that would lead me to a career with more opportunities and growth. Despite the fact that I interned at a software company for 8 months and later working a full-time job at an organization, something still felt off. As great as the office perks were, I wasn't building my dream. I was building someone else's. And that meant I relinquished control. I realized I needed to build my own product. I needed to build something that would allow me to control my own destiny and eventually achieve the kind of freedom I want. So, I decided to document my self-improvement journey and share everything I learned along the way. And this is one of the many lessons I want to share with you. So, the first app I built was called Budget Eats. For anyone who hasn't lived under a rock, you've seen how food prices have gone diabolically up in Canada in the past couple years. At the time, a friend and I were collecting those hidden gems in the city, such as these fire deals you see on the left-hand side. And yes, that price is real. 90% of restaurants listed here, we've been there ourselves. I built Budget Eats to help people discover more affordable restaurants in this economy, to be honest. You can check the details of a post, leave a comment, and share the post with people if you want. Click share here. I'll copy the link. And more importantly, I wanted this platform to be community driven because I can't possibly discover every single place. So if you know a decent place that's cheap and you want to share with people, which is highly encouraged, you can click the create post button, which will prompt you to enter more details. Say you discovered a place called Dojo Cafe. I'm just making it up. I don't think it actually exists. And here's the form where you'll enter more details. So title, you can upload photos, see which city it's in, what kind of deal type. Is it lunch special? Is it breakfast special? What kind of food is it? Is it pizza, Italian, Japanese? And these two are optional, but again, highly encouraged. The more information, the merrier. So initially, I launched this app on Reddit, which did pretty well. You can see here, total views 55,000. I tried to make a post in the bigger subreddit r/Vancouver, but it got removed right away. No surprise. And I was permanently banned from this subreddit. Too bad. So I tried to post in other subreddits, which this one did pretty well. And you can see it actually matches with the traffic here. 2,000 visitors coming from almost all of them from here, from Reddit. The second app I built was called 37 Heaven. It was actually heavily inspired by one of our instructors at school at the time. He was interviewed by the famous YouTube channel Veritasium, who did a whole video dedicated to the number 37 because apparently it's a very special number. It's probably the most frequent number people come up with if you just ask them to give you a random number between 0 and 100. And Tom, our instructor, the one who got interviewed, has been collecting factoids about the number 37 for many years. He actually has his own website displaying all these factoids, but it was built in 1994 and it was never touched again. So I wanted to kind of modernize it and turn this idea into an app where it not only displays a bunch of factoids, but also allows anybody to contribute to the site. And this turns out to be the app I built. You can read it if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Like he is a big nerd about this stuff. He collected all of those factoids, and you can submit a factoid if you found one. Here's the form where you do it, and you can browse by categories. We got historical, we got sports 37, scientifics 37, numerical. So yeah. The third app I built is called DevFolio. I built this app right around the time when I finished my 2-year CS diploma program. So, that's the time when people start to send out resumes and cover letters. And we were told, at least by our school advisors, that we need our own portfolio website as a junior developer searching for their first job. You probably don't need it or need it less if you're seeking a senior role, since your past job experience could act as your own portfolio. Made sense to me, so I followed that advice and built my first personal portfolio site. But because I had so little experience building real-world web apps, I naturally went on YouTube and searched for tutorials on how to build this kind of stuff. And it took me a long time. So that's when the light bulb went up, right? I was like, well, I can just build a website builder to accelerate this process for my classmates, and maybe they will buy it. They'll pay for that. And that's what I did. So a quick look at the dashboard. This is where you edit your details. You know, like you can add stuff, update that, and it will be updated instantly once you save it, right? But I don't want to. Let me just clear that. Okay, and add your links, LinkedIn, GitHub, your email, and then you can upload your resume. About me, this is your bio, your introduction, who you are, projects. You can upload photos of the project, edit the description, the title of the project, and then you can even add a tags. Let's say I want to add C++, save it. Then skills, which is just some keywords or tags. Again, you can just add more if you want. And then the experiences is a visual timeline of your experience. And the contact me is built in. You don't have to do anything. It comes with it. So this is it's actually the first app that generated revenue, albeit very small. I only have one customer, but that incredible feeling when you have a paying customer, you're like, wow, I built something and then delivered value for someone. That's just amazing, right? It's actually addicting. And once you are done editing, you can view the live site. Of course, you have to pay first. And this is the live site. Pretty decent. Traffic-wise, I launched it on LinkedIn and Porta, and then just everywhere I can think of. But the majority of the traffic comes from, I think, Porta. I think on June 18th is when I launched it. Yeah, you can see the big spike here. The fourth app I built is called Test Viper. It's technically not an app, but a simple Chrome extension that allows you to quickly fill out registration form with test data. So when school taught us .NET, they taught us a bunch of different languages and basically want to expose you with a bunch of different technologies. I was amazed by how little code you need to write in order to have an app up and running. I especially love the identity manager feature. So the identity manager comes with .NET, which is very convenient. You don't have to spend any time on building out the sign up, login stuff, but it requires a very specific format for email and password. And I found myself typing the same thing over and over. So I wanted a way to just quickly do that for me. Maybe click a button and it'll pre-fill the test data. And it's a free Chrome extension. So what it looks like, I don't have a Razor app handy right now, but if you do, you can test it. Just install the extension, and then this is what it looks like. You click this button, and the next thing, it's gonna fill out the email and password for you. That's the one you just generated. Okay, cool. The fifth app is called Junior OK. So I'm a CS grad this year. My classmates and I have been struggling and feeling hopeless finding an entry-level job in the tech industry. Companies are just not hiring junior devs, but channeling that energy into something positive, I decided to build Junior OK. So I made an automation flow that fetches various job board RSS feeds to collect the latest job listings, and I wrote some code to identify and filter out the obvious senior jobs. And then I had AI check to see if each job is truly entry level or not. You can actually filter or search, same thing, junior positions. Yeah, junior QA, junior graphic design, junior. Okay, and you can filter by locations and industries. So this is as you can see, this is the first time I got number 3 product of the day. Obviously, I was ecstatic. The majority of the traffic came from Product Hunt, of course. And right after that, I built something called Spot a Pod. I used to work for a decking company that often sent us to remote areas to do some residential jobs where finding a nearby washroom was a constant struggle. And really, I didn't feel like doing it at the corner of someone's garden. So I remember driving around frantically looking for a washroom, and that's why I decided to build this little app. My hope was that this will help a fellow tradesman to avoid the desperate search for a toilet. You can add one if you spot a pod. Literally, when you spot a pod, add a pod. Okay, so I put some rate limit in because someone was spamming the app. The 7th app is called Tech Venue Finder. So really the inspiration for this app came from one of the community builders in Vancouver. As someone who wished to grow their community and hosts a lot of the in-person meetup events, they want to know where is a good place to do that. Usually it's coffee shops, or sometimes colleges would rent out one of their venues for a price. Again, it's an aggregation of all the places that I've seen people use. You can filter by location, filter by rating, and filter by capacity. As I showed just a second ago, you can see some comments here. Again, at this point, I realized that a lot of these aggregation apps rely a lot on people to contribute, because you can only collect some initial data, right? But these are the initial data I collected just manually by like checking where people have been going, or asking people, hey, where did you go last time? But eventually, I think in order for these type of apps to grow, you really need a strong community to constantly pour more fire into it. The next app is called Daily Q. The inspiration came from our daily stand-up meetings. So our team lead will always kick it off with a question of the day, such as this one. So instead of going straight into talking about business, you have this question of the day acting as a little buffer, which I thought is pretty nice. The issue is that I discovered, because she thinks of the question on the spot, it's not always easy to come up with a good, engaging question for everybody in the team to answer. So I thought, why not build a simple app to solve this problem? So you can roll it for as many times as you wish. You can play around with it. But I do have this premium feature put in place, which is it allows you to invite up to 10 team members, and you can, with your team members together, create unlimited questions. So you can build your question bank together. Really, my goal is to have your team prepare beforehand to know like which question to answer. Sometimes it's like, oh, you put me on the spot. Like I don't know what to say, Let me show you what happens after you upgrade. You'll be taken to this dashboard, which you can manage you can see your team members. You can create team questions together with your team, but right now it's just yourself. And you'll be the team owner by default. If you paid for it, you can create a team question like, okay, what's your favorite morning drink? Very unoriginal. Create. And yeah, like I said, you can create as many questions as you wish. Come to the members management. This is where you manage your team members. I want to do a quick demo to show you how that works. Say I want to invite one of my team members to join me. I invite. And then as the other person, I'll pull it here. And I should be receiving an email. You are invited to join my team, okay? And I will happily accept the invitation. Okay, ask me to sign in. Cool. Okay, I've signed in. You've been invited. Okay, now I will accept for real. Boom, it'll take me to the dashboard. Slightly different from what the team owner sees, because, I'm just a member. But as a team member, I do have the ability to create a question. Let's say, give me, what should I say? What should I ask? What's your favorite quote? Great. Boom. And remember, showing up and then going to the homepage, we see it here too. And we see the question the team member just created. The next app is called Video to Blog. I don't really have a backstory for this one. Actually, I lied, I do. So I've been following this YouTuber for a while, and he mostly does talking head videos. And I've noticed that although he does have a blog platform, he doesn't update it very often. So I thought, well, if there's a tool to convert videos into well-written blogs that would totally expedite his process, maybe he will push more blogs. So this is what the app looks like. Let's see the dashboard. Actually, without incurring any costs for myself, let me just show you the demo video here. Basically, you click here to upload, drop a video here. Okay, I picked the Gordon Ramsay cooking video and click one button, transcribing first, and then write the article using AI. And eventually you have the markdown file. By the end, you can export to use however you wish. Let's just fast forward this. Oh, there you go. Okay, so total used 30 seconds. The 10th app is called Newsbear. Basically, in my last contract job, our media report guy had to manually curate news and send out emails 3 times a day at 6 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. But here's the kicker. He had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to start scanning thousands of articles and handpick the most relevant ones. And I saw his process. I was like, wow, that's a lot of manual work. Maybe I can help you a little bit. So at the time, I built a little prototype for him, and he liked it. So I always had this in the back of my mind. I'm gonna come back to this idea and polish it. As you can see, it's an aggregation of all the relevant news to our province. You can filter by cities, filter by source. Say you only want to see the Globe and Mail. And behind the scenes, I'm doing some processing to figure out the keyword trends. You can also, tell Newsbear what you like. So whatever keywords you choose will be your preference, and then those news will go up on the feed. Last but not least, I built this little gamified quiz app to mostly help myself study and prepare for this Canadian citizenship test. I'm a big visual learner. I hate reading text, but unfortunately the study guide they give us is like just pure textbook, and I hate it. So I built this little thing to help myself and make it fun mostly. Each correct answer will light up a province or territory on the map. So it's just make it fun. What's the key phrase in Canada's original constitution document? Was it good government or I can't remember. Jeez, I need to brush it up. I haven't. Oh, it's correct. Okay, you see where it lit up? It's actually here. No, in Nova Scotia. It's small because I didn't even see that. Canada's legal system is based on a heritage that includes the rule of law, freedom. Okay, and due process. There you go. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. So yeah, it's pretty fun to play it. Yeah, and here are some learnings I would like to share with you. So what I did well, I think, I learned how to ship fast, stay lean, and focus only on the necessary features to bring an idea to life. And what I need to improve is that I neglected marketing severely. I realized that marketing isn't just one skill, it's an entire craft. You need to hype your stuff up while you build it, build suspense and talk and yap about your work. But, deep down, I've always hated yapping. I wanted to just build and let the product speak for itself. But in this digital era, I've learned that that's not enough. You need to both show and tell, because here's the harsh reality. Even if you build a really good product and nobody knows about it, it's literally dog shit. So no matter how optimized your time complexity is or how innovative your features are, people simply won't care if they don't hear about it. So let's play hard mode. No. So looking ahead, I am promising myself to focus a lot more on marketing, and I'll be sharing everything I learn as I go. For all of you who liked and shared and gave feedback on my past projects, I really want to say thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, let's do this together.